In this video, we would like to briefly explain the usage of probability and statistic, normal distribution, binomial distribution, and Poisson's distribution. And we will demonstrate the applications of binomial distribution in our daily life.
Probability and statistics are the branches of the mathematics which concern themselves with analyzing the relative frequency of an event. The major difference between the probability and statistics is that the probability used to predict the chances of the future event to be likely occur, whereas the statistic involves the inspection of the frequency of the past event. For example, a six-sided die is thrown. The probability to get any number of the die is equal to 1/6 or 16.7% because the total size of a die is 6. However, a statistician will collect and analyze the data based on the previous results. If the six-sided die is thrown for 5 times and the die display number 1 is equal to 3 times, hence a statistician will show that the chance of the die display number 1 is equal to 3/5 based on the previous result. Therefore, it can be shown that the probability is applied in an event which the event is independently from the previous result. However, the statistic is applied in the event which it is dependent from the previous result.
Next, let us briefly explain what is normal, binomial, and Poisson's distribution.
Normal distribution is a probability distribution which is symmetrical about the mean of its group of data. It appears as a bell curve in graph form where the central peak is the mean, median, and mode. Next, binomial distribution is a probability distribution where there are only 2 possible outcomes with fixed probability each for an event which is repeated for several times. In simple words, it shows the probability of a success or failure for an event which is conducted for multiple times. Furthermore, Poisson distribution is a probability distribution which shows how frequent an event is likely to occur within a time interval. The events of this distribution are independent and the rate of occurring is constant within an interval.
In this part, we are going to demonstrate the application of binomial distribution in our daily life. Many businesses rely on probability analysis to reduce uncertainty and make better informed decisions. For example, in our real life, we are planning to start a car rental shop, and how should we be sure that we have enough cars to rent without having too many non-rental cars? So assume that we know that we can accept 15 rentals on the busiest day, and historically, 60% of our customers rent a 5-seater car and 40% rent a 7-seater car. If we decide to have only 7-seater cars, what is the probability that we will run our 7-seater car rentals on any specific day? In this case, we need to know the probability that 8 or more customers out of 15 want to rent a 7-seater car. Let's make the P equals to the probability of customer will rent a 7-seater car, which is equal to 0.4. In this case, we need to use 1 to minus the sum of the probability that exactly 7 customers want to rent a 7-seater car. Based on the binomial probability sum table, the probability that exactly 7 customers want to rent a 7-seater car is equals to 0.7869, which results in 21.31%. This number is statistically significantly and indicates the percentage of losing our business. So if we increase the number of 7-seater cars to 9, the chance of losing business will greatly reduce. The method of calculation is performed as the same as the previous one, but in this case we will only result in 3.38%.
Different distributions can be applied in different situations. In this case, binomial distribution had been applied in our real life to predict the probability of a success or failure for our car rental shop. Nowadays, probability is often to use in making economics and business decisions to reduce the uncertainty happens and make our life better. Thank you for watching this video. See ya!